Hi VC, Vinyl Lover here, and I'm going to show my stones. I'm here with Keith. Uh, just before I start, I just want to say that Stones is one of my absolute favorite bands ever, and I grew up listening to Beatles, Stones, and Kings. So yeah, those three are the big threes in my book. So yeah, I'm going to show them off in order by year they came out. So the early ones and then onwards, and I'll end with my compilations. And yeah. So and I can say that I don't have any first pressings. I have a couple of early pressings, but mostly just reissues. So yeah. Uh, First up, their debut, the Rolling Stones, and I think this is like an early '80s reissue. The Blue Decca. Oh, sorry. Uh-huh. Yeah, just purely covers, blues covers, and yeah, a great one. Next up, and this is actually one of the very early pressings of US pressing of December's Children. Show the label. Boxed red London label. Next up, Out of Our Heads, and this is also actually a pretty early press. The Red Decca. And the playlist, let's see, let's show it here. Yeah, with Satisfaction and I think the last time were their first song written together, actually. Jack and Richards, so yeah. Next one I have is Aftermath. Actually, this is one of my, if we're talking early Stones, Blue Stones, then Aftermath is one of my favorite albums. Jones is just beginning to experiment with different instrumentations and Eastern influences. So yeah, great album. Between the Buttons, a great one, somehow overlooked album. I love this. All the songs are it's really a groovy album. This one, like what's it called, Complicated. I just love Complicated. That song is so good. What else? My Obsession, Yesterday's Paper. Yeah, Complicated. Yeah, it's just great. There we go. But this is just a reissue, but it sounds good. I would love to have all of these like early pressing. So, but they always beat up because they're so good. So they've been played so much. So yeah. This is also a reissue, like early '80s, something like that. Their psychedelic attempt. Great album. Love this. Actually played. I did a live stream of UK Psych, and I played 2000 Light Years from Home from this album. So yeah. Next off, Beggar's Banquet. Yeah. 68. 68. Yeah. next one we have Let It Bleed. I actually think this is the last one, Brian Jones, where he played on the whole album. Mostly other instruments than guitar, like sitar and like Middle Eastern instruments, tablas and things like that, percussion. And he's on a couple of tracks on Let It Bleed. Also one of my favorite top 3-4 Stones albums. And then Mick Taylor took over on guitar, so he's on most of these. Also here they're flirting with a bit of country. Keith's friendship with Graham Parsons, you can hear that, his influence, country influence on this one. And also, what was it? No, I think that's it. I think this is actually a pretty early pressing of this one. Yeah. Then 70, they released a great live. I have a couple of the French press and a British press, I think. Great live album. Get Your Yeah Yeahs Out. I love the renditions they do, like all of them. I'm actually not that much into live albums, but this is one of the ones that I really like. And then also an early press with Sticky Fingers. This is also one of my top 4 Stones albums. Just, so good and so many great songs on this album. Oh, we need to see. Can you see the inner sleeve? No. But that's just like an insert as well. No. Okay, and the Rolling Stones White Album, Exile on Main Street. This is just a mix of leftovers from Sticky Fingers and things they recorded in France in Nelcote, the big villa Keith Richards bought in France, and they recorded in the basement with their mobile studio, and also they recorded a lot of it and did overdubs and extra tracking in LA afterwards. So, but I love this album. Not all of it, but there are some really cool tracks. And just the history of this, how this came about, is amazing. So yeah, this is that the 4th? I don't know. Goat's Head Soup, iconic cover. Great album as well. And then, it begins, my interest in Stones begin to fade a bit. But Some Girls, a lot of great songs on this album. Miss You and Imagination, Beast of Burden. Yeah. Also have Tattoo You, which is from, where is it from? See, Some Girls is 78. So this is 80 maybe? 81. It's 81. And the last album I have is Dirty Work. Yeah, the 80s show this ugly head here. Rear this ugly head. So not my favorite decade for the Stones, and not for the Stones either, I think. So okay, and then just my comps, classic big hits, High Tide and Green Grass. Just check out that playlist. This is just unbelievably good. Also on early press, I have a early German compilation. I like they have all the hooks written out. I don't know if you can see that. And as well, great track listing. And the last one, my latest purchase as well, is Rolling Stones On Air double album with all the BBC, or a lot of the BBC recordings from different radio shows. And this is really early Stones, and when they were just like a real garage blues band, kicking ass. They were so tight playing. So love this album. Mostly covers because it's so early. So yeah, but this is really great. So yeah, that's my Stones. I love the Stones. I've seen them only two times, I think. Latest Roskilde Festival, it was great, and I watched them like 20 years ago on their, what was it, tour? Flashpoint, I don't remember. But pretty big show as well. I don't remember it that well, but yeah. Stones, man, what can you say? Okay, that's it for me. Take care of there. See you later. Bye.